So everyone, it's Amy doing our May team recording. Hope everyone is doing fantastic. Hope you've had a great April. Just want to share some information with you guys as it relates to what happened in April, and let's talk about May. So we'll dig right in. So first April, volume was a little bit down. We've had a slower month. Of course, we had that fantastic BOGO in March. So normally what you see is exactly this lower trend the next month. But overall, when I look back a year ago, we're still have progressed. There's still better volume than there was this time of year last year. So that's really cool, right? So it says that there's progress being made. And I know sometimes in this business, it feels like, oh, nothing's happening. I can't figure it out. I'm not making any money with it. But when you start looking at month to month and year to year, you can really start to see that there is progress. And even though sometimes it doesn't feel like it, that is actually happening, right? So I think I put it in a post the other day in our group that the only way that you don't win at this business is if you give up. So, slow and steady wins the race. And, we had said all along that this was a build it once and be done situation, right? Build it the right way the first time. And we are clearly doing that in this way that we've come about. So I'm saying volume might have been down this month, but dang it, we're doing good stuff every day. The other place that we saw some progress was engagement in the new Dragon Spit Vault, the Facebook group that's for our customers. We're getting some really good engagement there. So customers are really kind of digging the DIYs, the tips, the recipes, and be sure to include your customers. If they're not on Facebook, I do have a Google Drive where they can download the monthly recipe that uses the product of the month and the on sale product. So they can still get the recipe sheet and some of the ebooks that I'll be publishing through that group. So they don't have to be on Facebook to benefit from some of the information that we're providing there. But this really is our place for customer community, keeping them engaged, keeping them interested, keeping them using their oils. And sometimes for us too, right? We learn new things, we pick up new tips, and we're maybe use that oil that we haven't used in a while. All of that comes out through the Dragon Spit Vault, and it basically becomes our community with our customers and ourselves. So again, it has to be a customer only who can participate in the group, so they have to be enrolled to get access. I have had a couple of requests come in for people to join, but they're not customers. So, again, that kind of opens that conversation of, well, let me help you get oils, and then you can come join this great community we have, right? So you guys know that conversation to have. If you have questions about it, let me know. But I'm really, it's a small but mighty group, and we're getting that going here pretty good. The other thing I wanted to note is that Citrus Bloom, all the products are delayed due to some shipping implications has encountered. So what they're going to do instead, you guys saw it started April 27th, is the Rome diffuser with the 3 oils. That's kind of what they're calling the Mother's Day bundle. And then the Citrus Bloom, when it finally overcomes the challenges they've come with it, it's actually going to be rolling out as a spring collection as soon as it becomes available to doTERRA. So I'll keep you posted. You guys will probably also hear the news when it becomes available, but the kit, everything we knew was coming with Citrus Bloom is still going to happen. It's just timing is a little bit off because of obviously just worldwide shipping implications that we're seeing across the globe. Okay. So April, not a bad month at all. Room to grow on is how I'm going to describe that. Okay, so I told you guys I've been going through this training, and I continue to share pieces that come out of it. So this month, she talked a lot about mindset strategy, and there are goals that they have, I don't know, 3 goals, 3 levels of goals. And it's basically until you reach that certain rank or that income level, then you advance to the next goal. So we're all kind of at this level 1 that is basically until you reach silver or the top income level of this rank. These should be your goals in your business, okay? And the average income of a silver is upwards to about $2,000 a month, Okay. Um, that's not bad. So if you think about what it takes to be a silver, that's simply having 3 elites on your team, 3 people who produce 3,000 a month in volume, and you are a silver. Guys, I'm going to say this in a slide coming up, but I can't wait. Do you all know how close some of you are to that next rank and how that income starts to multiply at a premier and above? So premier and then silver, you start earning some really big bonuses. And a lot of us are super close to that. So we're going to talk about more of that in a minute. But, if you think this is out of your reach, think again, look at your volume. And we're going to talk about some of the techniques there here in a minute. But your goal until you reach about that silver rank or that income level is the number of personal enrollments. That's reflecting the number of families that you are impacting in a positive way to live more naturally. Your other goal is personal retention, the amount of people who are repeat customers who either through LRP orders or through a frequency of regular orders are coming back to buy it again and again from you. Number 3 is the number of team members that have at least one person enrolled under them. So this is the start of your share community that turn into builders. So there's a lot of new ways that you can do this. But if you're focusing on these core fundamental pieces of your business, this is where you start to see the momentum over time. Okay. Now, right now, a lot of you are focusing on those new personal enrollments. The Dragon Spit Vault is helping with our retention, but it is that sense of networking and building relationships with people and being brave to tell them, hey, I sell oils, let me help you. Right. And developing that brand of us individually and as a collective group to be the place where people want to hang out, because we've got the down low on how to use these oils, how to be successful, you're living naturally, and how to be successful in our businesses as a result. So these aren't, these are pretty elementary goals. We all, are familiar with what these are saying to us, but sometimes it's seeing them on paper that really kind of gives us that momentum to recharge and rethink how we can go about doing this. Now, again, there's 2 more levels beyond this that build on what you accomplish on these levels. So doing this and doing it well is what's going to set you up for long-term success in your business. And again, a lot of us, myself included, this is where we are in our goals. And it's a great place to be because this is where, again, build it once, build it solid, and then you got it for the rest of your life. Okay. Now, from the training, things that she mentioned that contribute to your mindset that support work on these goals is that number 1, use your oils and supplements every day. If you're an occasional user, guess what? Your customers are also going to be occasional users. You are the best example to your customers and the people looking to you for how well this works in their own life by seeing what you do and seeing how you're using oils and how you're benefiting from them. So this is what makes you authentic in your business. This is what gives you that uniqueness in your branding. And this is what sells the lifestyle to others because they see you confident, empowered, feeling your best, losing weight, having just great things happening in your life because of what you're doing with your oils and supplements every day. That is by far the best advertising that you will ever get. Okay. And not being afraid to tell people why those success stories are happening in your own life. The second point that I learned, which obviously, pretty an obvious one here, but ditch the messy bun look. Okay. And what she said here was put yourself together every day, take a shower, fix your hair, do what you need to do to feel your best, even if you're not leaving your house. Dress and look like you are already a diamond and what your life would be like at this level. Take care of yourself. Keep track of what makes you feel good and expand on that. Again, if you're ready, if you're feeling your best, that's going to show to other people and draw their curiosity. Well, what is she doing so different that, maybe I need to go do what she's doing, right? But more than that, her point was, especially in the social media days, a lot of times, when we've been talking about videos and doing live videos on social media a lot, you can't do that if you're not feeling your best, right? And you notice today, I don't have my camera on. And, but I did that intentionally to kind of draw a point here, right? Because her point was you show up differently when you feel your best. When you are always ready, and let's say you're in your kitchen and you're fixing something and you grab some oils to season whatever you're making with, you can pop on social media and do a quick little video because you're not worried about what you look like, right? Because you've already taken care of those needs. You've already taken care of yourself. And that was kind of her point here, right? Is be ready. Even if you're not going anywhere, we have a continual outlet with social media where we can show up and deliver, and we can show people this lifestyle without ever leaving our home. The other thing she pointed out was to stay in service. So a lot of us, and we do this all the time, right? So we start out with, customers, we sample them, we're helping them out with their problems, we get them enrolled, and then we kind of lose track of them, right? But if we stay in service mode, that means we're always looking to help them. We're always in contact. Well, how did that oil work for you? What is the next problem I can help you solve with these solutions that I have? Look, engage with them. Is that not working? Do we need to try another one? Having the conversation with them to try the lifelong vitality supplements, really working with them and staying in service to them, just like we were still prospecting them as a customer, right? And that's a real game changer when you're talking about building your retention and that, loyal customer base. Staying in that mode of service to others is what's going to differentiate you from other wellness advocates. And this is, by far what she pointed out was this is one of the biggest fail points in a lot of direct marketing companies is that they sell a service and it's only, for a short time use, right? People, buy an outfit or they buy containers or bags or they buy some other products that, it's kind of a one or done, and either they can't afford them, they don't use them every day. We have something that people can use every single day. Their whole family can use what we sell, right? And there's real health benefits. There's real lifestyle changes that can happen as a result of that consistency. And we all know it personally because that's why we all use it, right? So staying in that mindset of service to others is what's going to set us apart to helping those customers that we want to attract and those customers we want to keep into staying with the doTERRA solution to help support their lifestyle. Okay. Then her last point was the headspace. And what she was talking about here is, when you surround yourself with positive things, you feel more positive, right? So listening to things that really enrich our learning, bring about positivity, bring about high energy, things that we, keep our dreams in the forefront of what we're doing here. Having, ways to kind of support and enrich the experience of what we're doing every day to keep it at the forefront. All of that kind of builds into these habits of how we approach our business. So whether we have 5 minutes or 2 hours to work on it, we're in that space of we're excited about it. There's a inspiration, there's creativity, there's things that make us feel good. And that kind of becomes a part of who we are every day, all day long. And building on that through what we expose ourselves to, right? So if you think about it, a lot of us turn to essential oils to get rid of toxins in our life. And the same goes for what goes in our mind as well. What we read, what we watch on TV, the friends we hang out with, a lot of that can influence how we're feeling. Hang on, I gotta catch my door because my family's coming home. Sorry, guys. So anyway, staying in that headspace of positivity, high energy, creativity. Again, last month I put in our team recording the use of blue tansy. Again, that's the oil of inspired action. And a lot of that kind of feeds into this as well, right? Using those things that make us help us feel our best. Okay. So Our monthly focus is the rank up. And I really loved her points on this because it really kind of hit home for me. And I looked at our tree and I looked at all of you individually. And seriously, guys, and I said this a little bit earlier, and I told you I was going to repeat it. Some of you are so freaking close to that next rank. Some of you are close to elite. Some of you are close to premier. Getting a couple of your existing customers on LRP, getting a couple new customers. We're talking couple. We're not talking dozens. We're talking single digits here in some cases. There is some real momentum getting ready to burst on this. Okay. And you guys are, again, you might not see it day to day, but when you look at the bigger picture of it, there's serious good stuff happening in our organization. So when you think about ranking up, this is what you're surrounded with every day, the top 5 people you talk to, hang out with, how you feel about yourself when you're with them, common things between you and your customers that you can leverage to look at, hey, this is what I'm doing in my life, and kind of introduce this conversation. What you're listening to and watching, again, that headspace aspect of this, all of that comes into play when you're thinking about planning for that next rank and how you really build the momentum of that to take it to the next level. Okay. Then, she talked a lot about mentoring and shadowing. So this is where you don't, it's good to have mentors. Sometimes our mentors are physical people we talk to, and we have a relationship, direct, eyeball to eyeball, if you will. Others are ones we just look up to. Maybe it's someone we really enjoy listening to on a podcast. Maybe it's a book we like to read, a series, whatever, wherever we can leverage that teaching and the skills that we need, and the inspiration lifts us up in these situations that we want to be like that person, or what they're doing really seems to resonate with us. That's where we build on the mentoring and the shadowing of people we look up to, whether we know them personally or not. And that can really be a strategy that we can use as we start to build momentum in our businesses. Leverage your strength. What lights you up? What inspires you? What do you do really, really well? And capitalizing on that and bringing an element into your business is a great way to bring about that confidence to speak to others about what you do. Now, Lori, I'm going to pick on you because Lori that gal is so creative. She does some incredible artwork, guys, and jewelry, and just really just unique things out of everyday items. Okay. And Lori, what I think Lori does really well is just this artistic creativity that just pours out into these really unique pieces that she creates. And leveraging her creativity in that way would be so, because a lot of the things she uses in her art are very natural elements, like buttons and, God, she used a tuna can the other day to create something that I didn't even recognize, as a tuna can, right? But it's beautiful. And being able to leverage what she does really well, which is this creative, unique element, is one of her strengths. So applying that to a doTERRA business is also possible for her because, she's already got this artistic element to her that she can talk to others and go, you know what, when I'm in there working on my, piece of art, I've got these oils that really kind of lift me up. I've got some good music playing, and I'm just in my zone, right? And it inspires others to look at what she's doing and how she's being successful with that. Does that make sense? Now, the other piece of it is, I've been talking about this high energy, this high capitalization of our strengths and leveraging, our environment, in our head and around us. But catch yourself, right? And I have to do this too, particularly with this first one. So when I feel low in my progress, or I feel like my energy is drained because work's sucking the life out of me again, or I'm stressed out, we got to give ourselves grace and take a break. And it's okay. Just, come back to it, right? And to catch yourself when it starts to feel like a chore. Okay, and give yourself that break in things. Next, when you start to feel doubt, or you're fearing, or gosh, I'm never going to make any money in this, or you know, um, I'm never going to rank up, or whatever it is, right? Whatever limitation we're placing on ourselves, redirect it to the positive of that. You know, I can do XYZ, and I can enroll these people, and I can attract these new customers, or whatever it is. Turn it into a positive that redirects our energy and our thoughts, because thoughts are things, and that will translate into your business if you don't catch it. Okay. When you think no one has money or interest in oils, get creative. And I love this point that she made, because again, this is another one, all of these kind of resonated, but this one too, particularly for me, is, you know, if I stop getting people engaging on posts, if I stop seeing feedback on blog posts I'm writing, if I stop seeing people wanting to attend a class, I start looking at what can I do different. And I'm very quick about thinking up things, right? Like right now I'm working on something with Lisa that I sent her something, and she's like, oh my God, when did you have time to even do this? But that's how my mind works, right? And it's okay, well, that doesn't work. So what else can I do? Or what is another idea that's kind of um, possible here to help solve that problem? And it's that creativity that you keep feeding into this, that you don't let one thing stop you. You start looking for other, you start going to the next thing and the next thing after that. And you reach out to your community, which is us, and start brainstorming if you really need help, right? And that's what we're all here for. So again, some of you are closer than you think. So don't stop. Okay. Really build into this energy of rank up, and feed into what you can do differently to build even just that next step of what's next in your business. Okay. So some really good stuff I thought was pretty powerful to bring to you guys out of that training that I've been going through. Okay. So resources and top tips. I thought I would hit on the convention details here, because that's going to be starting some more information coming out really soon about this. I have no insight whatsoever what the rules are going to be in person. I have no idea how this is going to be different. So a lot of the information I'm giving you is based on the last couple times that I have been out there, and what I know about it. Okay. So this year's theme is evolve, which is kind of appropriate because we've had to all evolve in our businesses given what's happened the past year. If you're going to go in person, please select a ticket for track B. It is the convention center, not the arena. And trust me, you will thank me later for that. There's a lot less rules to get into the convention center. It's a lot more convenient to the vendors. It's a lot easier to get in and out of. Okay. Now, again, there will be virtual and in-person options being offered. So if you can't go to Utah, I encourage all of you to at least attend the virtual session, because there's usually a ton of information that is so helpful and just inspiring to listen to. Now, in terms of budget, and I've gleaned a lot of this, again, from the last couple of years I've gone, and there's a big Facebook group that offers a lot of information about how to plan for convention. So here's what I know. Your ticket includes a backpack, the materials, a notepad, and some goodies. They have raised the ticket price to $189. Okay, but again, it's, if you consider it's 3-4 days of solid nonstop training, that's a bargain. Because I'm serious, they do wear your butt out with information. There will be, with convention, either virtual or in person, all attendees have the option to buy the convention kit, which is inclusive of every single new product doTERRA will be rolling out within the next couple months after convention. It also includes a convention-only oil that is special and it's usually the name of the convention, which this year is Evolve. It also includes a little special oil, which in the past years has been, let's say it's lemon myrtle or something. It used to be birch. Birch is very hard to get. So they switched to this myrtle oil. So there's always one of those in there too. Price ranges, last year was a pretty expensive one because they had all those diffusers in it. And they had some extra add-ons that you could do it. It was a more expensive convention kit year, but I would say if you're budgeting, I would look at about a 350 average. Again, one year it was way low. Last year was a really high one, but it seems like the 350 is about an average. And again, it includes every single product and oil, plus the exclusive ones for convention only, um, in it. And you are getting these things well in advance of them being available to the general public. The reason doTERRA does that is so that we get firsthand experience using them. We can start building up the excitement about them. You guys know last year after convention, I did a big show and tell with our customers where they could, we talked about what the convention kit included. I offered samples out of it. I'm really thinking I'm probably going to do that again because it was a big hit, but it kind of builds the excitement and you get firsthand experience using what's all going to come out. Vendors are all over the place, virtually and in person in Utah, during convention week. And there's usually a lot of great sales. So it's a great time to stock up on sampling supplies, giveaways, books, swag items. It is a fantastic time to just restock the inventory of things that you use every day in your business. Okay. And a lot of them will mostly do free shipping too, which I highly encourage taking advantage of. If you're planning to go to Utah, and again, I'm hoping they're going to do this, but there's usually a campus tour that you can get it's like $10. You can go take a campus tour. They bus you out to the facility. You get to walk through the whole thing. It's really well worth it. You get to see it firsthand and it's phenomenal. There's always a special Healing Hands Foundation project where during convention you can go in and participate in making something that goes to another country to help usually women and children. And there's a small fee that you can do that, or you can make a donation to Healing Hands. And then they always announce how much money was raised during convention for the Healing Hands activity. You also want to budget for lodging, transportation, and airfare. So this year, Lisa and I were going for sure. We went ahead and booked rooms at the Homewood Suites. It includes breakfast. They have a happy hour that's complimentary. There's a lot of just little add-ons. Plus, it's like a 10-minute walk. So easy in and out to downtown. And just, I don't know, we just kind of went that route versus an Airbnb this year. Airbnbs, still look like they were pretty available. So if you're thinking of going, there's lodging, but just, budget for it. Airfare, God knows what these airlines are going to do. Lisa's already got her ticket. I am watching airfare prices because for some reason they're just $600-700 right now for me. So I'm continuing to watch to get out there. Normally I've been paying under 300. I think the last couple of years I went. So hopefully I hit a sale here soon. And then obviously you want to budget for food, and then shipping. So when you buy the kit and some of the other vendor stuff and all the goodies in convention, you end up with a huge thing to bring home. So you want to kind of plan. What I found works best is to plan for some shipping of things so that I don't have to worry about carrying them through the airport or any of that, or getting broken in my luggage. So I usually just ship all my stuff home, everything I buy, and sometimes it even beats me home. So I always set up a little line item in my convention budget for shipping. So as you can see, it can be a little bit costly to get to Utah. I've always thought it was pretty worth it, just given the value of things I've learned, the experience of it, and just, I'm serious, guys, there's no other way to describe it other than it is very worth it to do as often as you can. My top tips for convention, save for it. I mean, seriously, can't recommend that enough. Kind of set yourself a budget, save for it, bring an extra bag to carry some goodies. If you don't plan on shipping, but just watch the airline rules around that. There will be lots of lines and walking, so you want to make sure you bring the comfy shoes. It is kind of like Disney done doTERRA style. So there will be lots of walking and standing in lines. It has been warm the last couple of years in Utah around September when they have this. So, variety of clothing. Days are pretty warm. The convention center is usually pretty warm. So you just want to be comfortable, right? Public transportation was pretty easy to get around. They have a really cool tram system. They've got obviously the Ubers and taxis. Again, I don't know how any of that's working with, where we'll be with COVID at that point, but in years past, it's been really inexpensive and easy to get around. What we have found works really well is to make and bring our lunches during the days of convention, and then either like in years past when we've done Airbnbs, we've made dinners or we've eaten out. This seems to work well for a couple of reasons. So number one, you have the arena and you have the convention center. There's staggered start times of the groups in that. So, but there's some overlap and a lot of people are out at lunch around the same time. And they line up food trucks around all the streets and there's lines everywhere. And if you really want to do some shopping or just relaxing, we have found it's really beneficial to just bring your lunch and, sit out on the lawn or, just take a break and you've got snacks and lunches with you. And it just makes it a lot more economical as well as just a lot easier than standing in more lines and, enjoying a nicer meal at dinner time. It is usually recommended to arrive in Utah a day early before convention starts so you can do the registration process, get your materials, get familiar with the area. Usually the vendors are there. You can do some early shopping without too many lines. And it's just really, it makes it very easy then to just focus on the convention and the training that starts when convention starts. The days are very long. There is a time change for most of us, that's 2 hours, but the days are very long. I mean, this is something, it's pretty intense and there's a lot of information. It's like information overload. So take your vitamins now, build up your endurance. I'm telling you, it's so worth it. There's just so much to learn. And then obviously know the agenda, the things that are must-dos for you, right? And just, navigating the system to getting around to making sure you can do those things and accommodating, again, you're going to be around 40,000 of your closest doTERRA friends. So, you got to plan ahead to making sure you can get what's important to you accomplished. So again, if you're planning to go or you're planning to go virtual, let me know because it's great to rally the team and I'd love to see all of you out there, but I understand it doesn't always work out. But if you can plan to attend virtually, that's really awesome. I'd love to know that how many of you are planning this. Okay, so let's talk about May. So again, the Mother's Day Citrus Bloom set, which is the lotion, touch roller, body wash, oil set, deodorant, blah, 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 is delayed. It will come out as soon as it's available. But right now they've substituted the Rome diffuser with the 3 oils, which is still a really cool set and a great little promotion for promoting and supporting Mother's Day coming up here soon. May is also, obviously key graduation. People are starting to think about summer and just, kind of getting back to normal. I think it's kind of the vibe, right? So kind of focusing on those areas when you think about needs that your customers have and how to show up for them, conversation starters. These are some great ones to kind of incorporate into that to open the door. In the Dragon's Fit Vault for May, I do plan to talk about cooking, baking recipes, and just using oils in the kitchen, just to kind of still build into the engagement that we're seeing and getting people to try different ways of using their oils, right? So often we think about using oils when you're first starting out to apply them to something that hurts or something, physically on your body, right? That's usually one of the first ways people use it, or they diffuse them. But, when you get past some of that and okay, well, that's cool, right? And I know how to use my diffuser and that sort of thing. The next step is really to get people to use them in their daily life. And cooking and baking is something all of us do every day, right? We eat every single day. Um, and using your oils in your kitchen is a really great way to start helping people understand that these are high quality oils that you can ingest, right? There's a lot of our oils that are ingestible. They make food taste wonderful. They're great to add into just benefits of not only what they can provide for us physically, but internally. So I have a lot of recipes, a lot of tips for using them in the kitchen that are going to come out in the May Dragons Fit Vault um, uh, Facebook group. Again, convention start if you're planning to go. There will be virtual and in-person options. There is his name is Evan, and he's a Facebook group. He's already got the group set up for this year. That's where I get a lot of the tips. That's how I've learned to go. And I kind of brought some of that to you this month about the budget. He's really big on that and just offers a lot of unique insights into having a successful convention experience. So I do have 2 classes I'm planning in May. And admittedly, I don't have anyone currently enrolled for either, but I want to just offer this to you guys that if you have someone who you would like to attend, the first option will be on May 11th at 7:30 Eastern. The second class will be May 16th at noon Eastern. So, I kind of spaced them close together. Again, so if someone couldn't make one, they can make the other, vice versa, right? So if you have people who would be interested in a class, reach out to me. I'll get you the information so they can register. I'm okay if you guys want your people to attend for free, and I'll give you a code so they can do that. I have put a $27 charge on it for the simple fact that what I have learned is that people are more likely to attend if there's a fee associated with it, and you kind of weed out the people who are not that serious or not ready for the education, right? So kind of another tip I kind of picked up from that training I've been going through is that it's okay not to charge for classes, and we've had some success with that, but we've also had a lot of people not enroll after coming to a class and then you never hear from them, right? So I've put this fee on there, and it'll be 100% refunded if they enroll within 48 hours of the class. Okay. But what it does is it kind of weeds out the people who are just kind of not that serious, or they're not ready, or, it isn't right for them. And the results that I have heard happen as a result of this is that if they're willing to pay $27, you're likely already done a good job and they're ready to enroll. This is kind of sealing the deal. And again, it's completely refundable if they enroll. If they don't, then, we haven't spent a lot of energy teaching a class that people A, don't show up for, or B, don't result in an enrollment for us. Again, if you want your prospect to come for free, I have a code. I'm happy to share it with you. It's just something that I'm experimenting with based on other people who I've learned are doing this and having great success. The oil that I'm using this month, which I put the touch on here, which I really hope to get because I really love this, but I'm using the oil itself, is of course the citrus bloom. It is the springtime blend. We've had it the last couple of years. It's pretty fantastic. But here's where this oil is pretty cool. It is representative of new growth, fresh energy, and renewed focus. Now, if that isn't perfect for the things I've been saying in this video, I don't know what is. Plus, it freaking smells wonderful, right? It's very uplifting. It's fun. It's citrusy. It's a really cool blend, to be honest. But I thought it was an ideal oil to bring out to our group this month for all of us to kind of use in the month of May to think about new growth, fresh energy, and renewed focus for how we can build these businesses to be successful for us. So there you have it. All right, June. So for June, of course, you're talking about spring break, school break, summer vacations. People are ready to be out. They're out over the whole mask thing. They're over this whole pandemic business. They want life to resume. So we're talking, just normal life coming back, right? We're also talking about a focus on things that people are really conscious about, like putting on that swimsuit, right? And maybe they've got those pandemic pounds that are, not feeling too confident and good right now. So, dieting, exercise, energy, all of those things kind of play under that umbrella, right? Of just that body consciousness. So it's a great time to talk about the Slim and Sassy products, the protein shakes that we have out, the a lot of the digestive products and things that can help us with the weight management area of our life. Okay. People are also going to be, fresh foods, gardening, farmers markets, those type of things, right? So another great opener because, fresh is awesome. I love going to the farmers market, but, or I love picking things out of my garden. But if you think about herbs and spices, a lot of times those are very expensive to buy fresh. They go bad before you can use them all, and then you've wasted money, right? But if you look at like some of your oils, you've got cilantro, you've got marjoram, you've got fennel, you've got pink pepper, black pepper. You have a lot of spices and herbs right there in your oils. They never go stale, and they are so good for that economic value of what you get from them, right? And then also when you're thinking about gardening, we have a lot of natural products that help with the whole, outdoor activities, the bugs, the pets, the, sunburns, gardening support to keep bugs off your plants. All of that is very possible with your essential oils as well. So again, another opener of how you can meet your customers where they are, what's important to them, kind of some of the problems that they're dealing with today, as we think about some of these summer months coming up. So I hope you found this message helpful and insightful and inspiring. I'd love to hear from you guys. Check in with me. Tell me how it's going. Tell me what I can do to help. Certainly, if you have people who are interested in the classes coming up, let me know. Let's work together and get them in there. Just a reminder too, the classes are no samples. So that's the other cool thing about this class redesign I did is it takes away the need to mail out samples in advance. You can still sample. It's a good thing to do, but it is not required for participation in the class. So check in with me. Hope you guys are all doing well. And we will talk again soon. Have a great May and really go for it, guys. Let me know how I can help support you. Bye.